to another episode of the Elly Show, y'all. I'm your host, Elly. Y'all make some noise for yourselves. Yeah. Yo, once again, we got a whole nother banging episode right now. I told y'all I wasn't gonna be slacking on having powerful hitters and heavy hitters and people we honor and celebrate. Today we have a Women in Film and Entertainment episode. So this is a special episode. Not only that, this is episode number 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the second episode, so y'all bear with me because you know what I mean? I'm still getting this right. And we here. So I'm gonna start off like this. 20 years in the game, at least, in film. We have a director, set decorator. She was a buyer. I want y'all to make some noise for Miss Daphne Hayes. Yes. All right now. Next, I got an MC. She's sharp, with the sword, double edge. She's a queen. She's a goddess. I'm talking about Divine Wizz, y'all. From Star Child. Y'all know who it is. Y'all make some noise. Then I got a DJ.
Oh.
Nice with it. I need to come to the all vinyl joints. I'm serious. She's been in the game for a minute. She's family of Binkus Rex. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Peppermint Gatty. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yes. Then on my right, I got a chef. She's been around for a minute now, y'all. All right? I don't know if y'all tasted the food, but the food is phenomenal. All right? This is Chef Mwandisha Gaitor.
Yeah.
Make some noise, y'all. All right. Y'all just make some noise again for yourselves, because this is an epic show. This is an epic show. All right? So yeah, I want to start off with Miss Daphne, if y'all don't mind. I just want to go right to it. Okay. Miss Daphne, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
I'm glad.
And you?
I'm doing pretty good.
You look
I'm
good.
still a little nervous though. But I'm still pretty good. I want to make sure I get it right. All right. So Miss Daphne, I got you here. I was going through my little notes and stuff. I had you on the BET, The Game.
Yes.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
All right. And
some time ago.
Yeah. I think Bumble was on that too.
Yeah, Bumble was
right? Bombari was on that at the time?
Yeah.
And Shun, right? Was Shun on that?
Yeah.
Luce was on that.
Yeah, Luce? Was Luce on that? I mean, Damien?
I don't remember.
All right. Okay, well, anyway.
I know Bombari was and Shun was.
I remember when I came in the game,
Damien was.
I came in on Being Mary Jane, and there was still some of the game stuff in there. Yeah. Yeah. We was on that. So yeah, Miss Daphne. So I just want to talk about your history in film and everything that you've been doing. You like it? You enjoy it? Because you played different roles. You was a buyer. You was a decorator.
I've done a lot of things.
You work in wardrobe even, right?
Well, when you try to do your own shows, you have to learn everything. So I've done every department: produce, write, direct, try to sell my own show, distribute, production designer. I'm in the 800 as well.
Okay.
ADG, IOTC, set decorator, But besides all of that, that's still working for someone else. And the ultimate goal is to be free from that. And so now I'm trying to do my own network.
Okay.
So
what's that called?
That's what I'm working on. And then I was also a professor at Chapman University in Orange County.
Wow.
So I've done a lot of things.
You've done a lot of things.
But yeah, but it's not about that, because that's still, like I said, I mean, ultimately, when you have your own business, you're still working for someone else, but it still has some sort of freedom, and you get to make decisions, and you get to help more people. And it was just different for me. So when I first started, oh my gosh, I think it was like 2005. I came in, I'll tell the story about how I even stumbled upon this in a minute. But I came in almost like it was for Malcolm X. So Malcolm X followed the Nation of Islam. On his teachings, it was all about black people, empowerment, growing the community, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then he visited Mecca, and he saw that it wasn't about black people, it was about the world, and it was all sorts of people he was praying next to. So he grew, came back, brought that knowledge back, but he had grown and evolved. So when I look at the industry, I look at when I first joined that I had pearly eyes and I saw it like kumbaya. We're all liberals, we're all in the arts, everything's great, like Woodstock. And then after a short period, it came with glass eyes, it became apparent that it wasn't.
Right.
It was more who you knew and what tribe you came from on whether you worked. And so exactly that was a realization for me. But then after some time and trying to do my own projects and whatever, it became apparent, and it's no shade on anyone or anything, but sometimes black folks will disappoint you. Your own people will disappoint you.
That's right.
No matter what you're trying to do, what you're trying to strive, you can't really go at it like, this is us and this is how we're gonna do this. So now, today, I don't look at it as a black, white, Asian, whatever thing. I look at it for passion, desire, commitment, and those things. So I try to think that way, but there's still a part of me that knows that at my age, almost 60, I have a responsibility to bring up as many people as I can that are like me.
That's real.
And so I do that one individual at a time. And hopefully before my journey is over, I will have made a difference.
That's beautiful.
So that's my goal today. And I don't know.
That's real. Y'all make some noise for that, please. Yes. You spoke on like working for yourself, and I want to ask Chef Disha, how is that, like working for yourself? Like, isn't that what you do?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Right. So please speak about that. Like the name of your
company.
Yes.
Yeah. My company is 2 Pieces of Toast, and it is started as an artistic brand, one of those in which initially I thought I wanted to have a host of artists, that could be able to utilize their gifts, and we could all come under an umbrella. But I've learned that, you focus on yours and then you kind of wonder twin, and then you all can bring your owns together. So, but 2 Pieces is an amazing brand that I'm very thankful that the city has supported. Yeah. It's 10 years next year.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
I know. 10 years. And it's just one of those passions, basically. It wasn't necessarily sought out to be a business. It was sought out to feed a means here in the city. I would go to advocacy meetings and wellness meetings and meetings that were impacting the communities, whether it be food deserts or droughts.
Did like Hosea?
Feed the Hungry. I volunteered a year or 2 with them, and so that's how I got into these meetings. Mama Haleen and just activists in the community who were about making sure that the food was here. At a time when I was in the West End, you had more community gardens than you had grocery stores.
Wow.
And so it was one of those things in which I'm at these, meetings, and then here comes some catering company that's out of Buckhead or Northside, and it has nothing to do with our community, and they're not really concerned about it. And it was just like, how can we do that but do this? And so I got out of the actually meetings and started to, be the fuel for the movements and for the meetings. Because the food had to come from a safe place and a safe source. And you had to know that, there were different dietaries and all that. But that's really how it started. It was out of a need in the community, and I was happy to be able to feel that.
See that? Wow, y'all make some noise for that, please. We need that. Speaking of needs of the community, we have a DJ right here, DJ Peppermint Gatty, and we need this music.
Yes.
Talk to me.
What you want to know? What you want to know?
What got you doing?
I think just my love for music.
Yeah.
You know, music is definitely the soundtrack of my life. You know, I've been around it.
Yeah.
You know, my first record was Sesame Street Disco.
Wow.
Which is a banging album.
Sesame Street Disco?
Banging, yes. Yes. But, you know, just my parents, you know, just, of course, being around the community and Binkus.
Yes.
So just when I played my first piece of vinyl, that was a couple of years ago, I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And with me just speaking those words, I was able to, Mike Flo.
No doubt. Shouts out to Mike.
Mike Flo, yeah. He gifted me, you know, 2 techniques and a mixer.
Yeah.
Just
wow. That's big.
Here.
That's big.
I'm not using it.
Yeah.
And so with that just came along with me, just people gifting me vinyl.
Yeah.
This community is just full of phenomenal DJs who, like, every time, yo, Lisa, if you need me, I'm here, I'm there. And so with that, you know, my first gig was word of mouth, DJ Jelly, who's like, you know, here in Atlanta, just like.
He was on the radio too.
He's a monster. And just my first gig, and then with that, you know, I was able to, you know, DJ with Tony Touch.
Yeah.
And, you know, just a lot of my friends. So, yeah.
That's dope.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, music will lift you up.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
And I see you be at JB's Record Lounge.
JB's Record Lounge, yes. So which is down
That's
the street.
That's out here too, right?
Yes. So it's in the West End, Oak Street.
Oak Street, y'all.
That's my second
check
home.
It out.
You know, it's black owned.
Who's on there?
So his name is JB, Jonathan Blanchard.
Okay, Jonathan Blanchard.
It's a gentleman from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've been involved with him, well, not, no.
Right. We got you.
Musically.
Right.
4 or 5 years. You know, I have a crew.
Wow. A crew of DJs, right?
I have a crew DJ. We call Wax Fundamentals.
We're gonna have to get all y'all up there.
Yes. So it's my crew.
Yeah.
So it's DJ Sir Daniel, Johnny Dynamite. We have Oxygen.
Ox is nice too.
Bruce Phillips. Slick in the Oil from Augusta.
Yeah. How did y'all link up? Like, how did y'all came together there?
So we was already a crew. So the gentleman who started it, his name was Daryl, and it was called Taste of Music.
Okay.
And he eventually moved to Cali, and so we all were just like, okay, this is it. But he reached out to me. He was like, Lisa, I want you to take over. And so I took over.
Wow.
And I think with that, with, you know, DJ Sir Daniel, you know, he's now DJing at Rocksteady. You know, Bruce Phillips is DJing at Westside Morning Lounge.
Okay.
So I think just me, because, you know, I'm the shit sometimes. You know, I'm going to push people into their greatness, into their purpose.
That's just like what you were saying, Michelle.
And so I believe in that.
Yeah.
You know, if you call me today and say, hey, Lisa, I need a DJ,
Yeah.
I got 5 people who I'm going to refer to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to refer me first because I want these other people to shine.
No doubt.
Because I think sometimes we all get into the habit of, well, I don't know this person.
Right.
It's not certain DJs that we all know. But I was like, nah. And so with me doing that, by just saying these people's names, they have been doing other things.
That's awesome.
I think that's what we have to do. It's truly all about community. It's not all about yourself all the time.
Yo,
so, yeah.
That's real. And being that it's not all about yourself all the time, I want to talk about balance. And we got an MC over here who just dropped an album release. And Luce, remember when we was at the album release party? I remember that joint?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yes.
So yeah, Divine Wizz, talk to me. The balance.
So what you want to know?
What made you name that album Balance? Like, was you at a point?
Exactly. I was at a point in my life. A lot was going on. A lot was happening. I had just, I had a different name actually. It was going to be called Pendulum. Because that's just, you know, the reality of life. It'd be moving and swinging, the ebbs and flow. But my aunt was murdered in Buffalo, in the supermarket, May 14th.
That was on the news.
Yeah, it was everywhere, right? But so I realized then I was taking off my axis for a moment. You know what I mean? I had to catch my breath and find my breath and find balance. So kind of shifted up the album a little bit and the message that I wanted to display for me and my family, but the world, you know what I mean? And So that's why I came in
Yo,
with that.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cause I know you from Star Child too as well.
True. Yeah.
And I remember me and all of us, we rock with y'all on stage.
Word, yeah.
How was that? I was Star Child.
I mean, it was dope. It's still Star Child is still a thing, right?
Yeah,
like I don't think we ever really let go of anything. It just continues. So we'll get back to that space, but right now I need to focus on Divine Wizz.
I love that.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So
Yeah.
not only that, you also do art.
True indeed.
Yeah. You got any other pieces or any pieces you have, like, are you displaying them? Or
Yeah, so I'm about to, you know, again, because of that that tragedy, that reality, I did this piece called, it's a whole, I guess, I don't want to call it I guess I'm paying homage to it, right?
Yeah.
Because even though that happened, I still have to uplift my aunt, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and continue her memory. So just talking about the reality of, you know, black and white in this world. It's a real thing. And sometimes we walk around and we forget that, but it's a real thing. So I have a art exhibition dedicated to that space.
That's
And
awesome.
it's called Strange Produce.
Strange Produce.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's dope. And is this this shirt right here?
Yeah, your magic is real because it is.
This your line?
You
This
feel
is
me?
your inner line?
Absolutely.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I got to get a hoodie.
I got you.
Magic
Me too.
is real.
I love
that.
I love that hoodie.
Magic
You got to
is
remind
real.
yourself. You got to remind each other. So
Exactly.
I had it initially like your magic, but when you say it, my magic is real. Like I'm reminding each of us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just about as everyone's saying. We got to lift up our community.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Because when they read it, they speak in it.
True indeed.
I like
True
that.
indeed.
That's awesome, yo.
True indeed.
Yes, yo. Y'all make some noise for that. Shit feels good. Yeah, yo. Y'all want to ask me something? Because I'm about to go through my hood.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Where's the album coming, son? When is the album coming? Yeah.
Oh, the whole Lions Den.
Yeah, the Lions Den. Where y'all at? Where Lions Den at?
Yeah, we
You
gonna
hear
put that
that?
out.
You hear that? Listen to that.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
Lions Den.
the whole Lions Den. Yeah. Yeah, Dio.
Yeah, Elly.
Yeah, Loose.
Elly, loose.
Where's Thunder?
With Thunder.
No, it's coming. It's in the works. We got so much on our plate right now. We just trying to shift and get things in order. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we all still doing music. We all still rocking together.
I think there should be a Den Day.
Ooh.
Whoa!
I just felt it. It's the Den
Whoa.
Day. It should be a yearly thing.
I'ma drink to
I
that.
remember
Yo.
you guys to get back to
Get it
that. I
together.
mean,
Yo.
it took nothing to get us all there.
I'm
it
drinking
will
to
happen
that.
just the same. It should be a Den Day.
And you
bring everybody
cater that joint.
in.
You gonna
Yo.
cater that
I'm
joint,
catering.
right?
Of course I'm
You hear
catering.
this?
It's gonna be a big party for us.
Den Day.
But it should be an all day, family and
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah.
hug and love,
Yes.
a beautiful
Yes.
stage. We
Yes.
definitely gotta
We need a
have
Den Day.
a cipher
Let's do a
at the
Den Day.
end.
Yes.
But we need a Den
Yeah.
Day,
Yeah.
all right?
Yes.
I need great DJs
Yeah.
all day,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we
We got
just need
DJs.
to hug and love on
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and be thankful that we all still here. Den Day.
Den Day.
All right, I need T-shirts, I need hoodies,
that's
I
real
need
shit.
handcuffs.
That's real
We're gonna
shit,
make
yo.
money off of it.
I got
need a
chills,
Den Day.
fam. I got
okay,
chills.
All right.
That's what's up.
That shit is the realest shit right there.
Yeah.
Word up.
Cause y'all know Binkus Rex Day Saturday, son.
Saturday.
How many years
gotta
is
go to the
Binkus Rex Day?
barbecue.
How many times? How many years the
It's been a
barbecue?
minute.
Truly, if you want to count, we did the first one when Jax turned 30.
Wow. Wow.
So that was in oh shit.
Oh shit.
Shout out to the far side. Shout out to
Word.
So 06.
Wow.
06, 07 was the first.
Wow.
I wouldn't say first Binkus barbecue. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we gotta be there for that. But Den Day, yo, Den Day. We
Yes.
gotta get the Den Day.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Y'all got any other questions you want to ask me? I keep going, fam.
I would like to
going.
ask Miss Daphne a question. if
Yes,
you don't
please, y'all
mind.
can do that.
So, I mean, as amazing as you are, and no,
thank
really,
you.
because I've heard about you in the industries. I've
worked
heard
in film, too.
I've worked in film very lightly in catering, and you know.
Well, I hate to hear that you heard something because, wow. I will tell you, my reputation precedes me.
But
I
Miss
know
Daphne
that,
precedes all of that as well.
Yes,
so
she
put some
does.
respect on it.
Yes, she
and
does.
you're still there.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? At
Yup.
the end of the day, it never came with anything less than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to know, like, after the rose-colored glasses came off, but you still had a name and a foot in the game.
Well, I've took some hits. A lot of hits.
Okay.
I'm still taking hits today because
That's the
although
question.
I've been
How do you get
in
up?
it-
How do you maneuver these hits?
So, to be honest with you, I sort of just keep recreating myself. So, for an example, and then that'll take us back to how I even got into the industry.
Wow.
So, I worked for the U.S. Department of Commerce for 15 years, the Census Bureau, and I did it because I could work from home and still raise my children. I was like a neighborhood mom, raised all the little neighborhood kids. Yes, I did, reaching back. So anyway, and they still my babies to this day, grown men, and a lot of them are in the industry or whatever. But and I go, or I'm bouncing or whatever. But even when those guys were young, like 10, 11 years old, I used to have meetings at my house for the kids in the neighborhood. And I had them do goals, do a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. And then I would make each of them critique each other and say what they thought about each other. And we used to do that yearly, then it started being bi-yearly. And now those 9, 10, 11-year-olds are 40.
Wow.
And we at times reach back and laugh and see where everybody is today. But I'll say, none of them ever went to prison.
Wow.
None of them. And we've been, we've had our challenges or whatever, but they're all wonderful young men. Wonderful young men. So I'm happy. And they love me, so I love them too. But okay, so how I got in the industry. Worked for the Census Bureau for 15 years, worked from home, neighborhood mom, blah, 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 blah. And a shift started changing in the community. I used to have to knock on doors or cold call people or whatever. And believe it or not, I did the crime statistics for, a lot of people don't know that when they do the crime stats, the Census Bureau actually is the bureau that does it, and these agencies like the City of Atlanta will buy them from the U.S. Department of Commerce. Wherever you see stats, they purchase them from the government.
Oh, wow.
So we actually would be the people that would go out, talk to people about crime, and that's how they do the stats for crime. So anyway, I doing that. Times changed somewhat. It was really strange. I had an occurrence where a gentleman that lifted a gun, like he was going to shoot me, but shot and killed a dog in front of me. But it was a message for me. And it was like, I can't do this anymore. And then my daughter was going to college, and we were going to different schools, and we just so happened to go to a artsy college.
Out here in Georgia?
Yeah, in Atlanta. And so as we're touring, they had an interior design program. And I was the type that changed my house every season. I did this, I did everybody's birthday party, I did that. So anyway, so we're touring and they're all like, oh, mommy, you should do this. This will be right up your alley. And it was like, looking at my middle child like, she is the rebel. She could like use me here watching her back. So we started going to school together. And I actually left my job 15 years. I only had 3 years because you can retire in 18 years from the government. I only had 3 years left.
Wow.
I decided that I was gonna walk away. Walked away, went to school. I already had a degree, so it didn't take long to get the second degree. So now I do that. So at the end, they say all of a sudden I had to do a internship. I'm grown as hell. And I'm like, y'all ain't tell me that. Like, I might not have done this had I known. And then you have to find your own. And it was like only 3 weeks that I had to do it. So I find Coca-Cola wanted to hire me to do their sponsorships, which would have been great because I'm out giving back to the community, meeting people, blah, blah, blah. It was wonderful. School decided that wasn't design. So I had to find something else. Now I got 3 days. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm on, I don't even remember what this was. It was something, maybe it was like a Craigslist. It was something, I don't remember what they had back in the day. But I found somebody that was looking for a decorator for a movie.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, I'll do it. I do that.
It's your first decorating job?
Absolutely. Well, they bumped me up to production designer because I was so down.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Excited.
Like, why don't y'all do this? Why don't y'all do that? It was like, dang. At the end, they were like, we decided to make you production designer. Wow. Oh, thank you. And it was so crazy. It was like, oh my God, that show. It was a horror film. So anyway, but while I was there working on it, there was chatter amongst other people. Like North Carolina was big then. So people were like, yeah, when I leave here, I'm going to Wilmington because I'm working on, can't remember the name of the show. But it was like several people that was like, yeah, I'm going to Louisiana, I'm working on it. I was like, what the hell? I said, so what are y'all, what's this? What's this? They were like, oh, we're in the union.
Right.
And I was like, okay, this union we say. So what is this union called?
Right.
I'd like to be a part of this union. And all they did was say the name. Man, I worked for the Census Bureau. I was a researcher before the internet. All right. So I could find your mama in the internet. Okay. So I was like, man. They said, I found out you had to have a reference, you had to have this, whatever. Man, I had that shit printed, and before they wrapped that little bullshit horror show, I was like, and then I went to the owner of the company, I was like, put down that I did so many hours.
Right.
Next thing I know, I joined the union. I think I was like 189 in IATSE. It was so long ago. And that was it. That's how I started in the industry, and I've never done anything else since then. But I will say, I came in, like I said, it was like kumbaya. You know, I thought people were people, and it was fair, and blah, blah, blah. And then the industry started growing, and it became aware to me that, you know, certain people got to work, and certain people didn't. And it was like, oh, now that's not nice. That's not right. And so a lot of people have a misconception of me. A lot of people think because I'm honest, upfront, and I smile and I laugh and I joke, but I kind of reserve that for people that I'm close with. Like, I'm just not going to smile and kiki with just anybody.
Right.
That's just not me.
Right.
Like, and I'm not phony. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't have that feeling, that vibe or whatever, then me and you are not. And so I just keep it true to myself. And it's nothing personal against anyone. It's just me. I'm a reserved, cautious individual with my heart, my feelings, and my soul.
Right.
And my being. So a lot of people take that as, you know, you work on a show and like, we're going out to lunch or we're going out to dinner when the show is over, we're going to the bar, you want to hang. No.
Right.
I don't. So I'm automatically an outsider. It's like, all right, because I don't, all right, whatever. And because I'm upfront and honest about how I feel, then I'm an asshole or a bitch. I just can't be an honest individual. Okay. So I've taken that. And then for some reason, I've been sort of the underdog in the sense that I stand up for what I think is right and for what I believe in by any cost.
Yeah.
And money is not my motivation. Like, I have a higher calling and a higher being, and it's about the end of the game for me.
Right.
And I'm very closer to the end of the game than I am to the beginning of my game.
Right.
So I don't have anything to fear.
Right.
Like, I don't fear death. I fear pain or whatever. Like, I'll take the death. I don't want to suffer. You know what I mean? So, okay, so that being said, I shows and people know me for one, I'm in a hiring position where I can hire my crew.
Right.
Unfortunately, everybody knows that when Daphne gets hired, Daphne has a black crew. A lot of folks don't like that.
Yeah.
They don't like to see a whole bunch of black folks show up in one department. But they know that if they hire me, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of folks that automatically is not gonna hire me because they don't want the black crew.
Right.
And that's the only way that you get me. You get me, you get my people.
Right.
And the way I do that is I'll have 2 seasoned individuals, and I'll always bring on 2 green individuals so those 2 seasoned can train 2. They move on, bring those 2, I bring 2 more. That's the way that I'm growing this industry personally. And
That's
people know that and they don't like it.
Yeah.
And so I take a lot of L's. I could have been on a lot of shows and larger shows, but because I don't play the beat, then I don't get the jobs that I could get, but it's okay. Because that's not my goal. I have a larger responsibility to these young kids that I'm trying to grow. And I'll take the L.
That's real. So let me ask y'all, is, like she just said, she don't play the beat, so she'll take the L. Do y'all experience that in y'all field? Any of y'all?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
mean, no and yes. I remember when I first started, you know, people who know me that I am a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl and sneakers. That's me. And of course, you know, there's a lot of lady DJs who tend to be a little bit more sassy, which is fine. So I remember asking this one DJ, I was like, do you dress like that when you all the time? And she was like, yeah. I was like, when you DJ too? Cause I think she's like, child, like, man, child, titties out. I was like, that's just not comfortable to me. Like, cause I, you know, when I DJ, I'm dancing. I'm out. I'll step away and dance with you and everything. And she took offense to that. And so the one thing that, you know, I'm gonna always be authentically me. I'm always gonna be Lisa. You know, and so I think, but that to me has never stopped me from getting gigs.
Okay.
Never.
Well, I think music is probably different because the people support the music. Like, they can't control you as long as the people are enjoying it. In this industry, there are decision makers that, you know, have to say so.
But I think it goes to, at some point in all of our lives, we decide on who is leading the train.
Absolutely.
And when you don't have money as your marker at that, when you don't find yourself led by that and by integrity and by principles and by your own, you know, path and calling, then it makes it a lot easier. Like you said, they know messing with Daphne, they gonna get that all black crew. They know messing with 2 pieces, it's gonna be pretty black around here too, you know? But coincidentally, you know, we have a large Caucasian community, you know, that supports us. I say that also because we're here to reinvent what they see as these services and companies. We have very few full-service catering companies in the city of Atlanta or full-service food companies like that do it all on that level. When I came here, I'm from LA, and when I came here, I was looking at like Bold and Proof of the Pudding. I didn't look at anything smaller. I didn't know anything smaller, God bless. That wasn't, those were my eyesights. I'm like, I want a Bold and I want a Proof of That's what I'm going for, you know? And then, you know, you put your head down and you look up, and 10 years later, you're like, okay, you know, but you gotta put in the work. But I also just wanted to be, I tell it all the time, I wanted to be the ambassador to the new black. I know I'm in the South, and I know they hadn't really experienced a whole lot of black folks like me, because, you know, of who I am and where I'm raised and all of my, so it's a little bit different. And so I just wanted to give that the introduction of this too. We do know florals, we know peonies, we know vegan, gluten-free, we know all of that, and I don't want any of that to leave my pocket. So I can do it all for you. No, I got that too. What is that? Exactly. And so for that, you know, in these industries, I'm just really proud of us for having integrity behind them and holding tight to, no, this is what it's going to be when you mess with me, you know, and I love that.
It's a struggle.
So Ms. Daphne, so then, for what she's saying, what advice would you give women coming into the industry?
I'll tell you the truth. When this industry started first blowing up, I had people. So when I started initially, like union wise, I was a buyer, and that's the buyer for the decorator.
Yeah.
So anything you see on set, I was responsible for purchasing or whatever. But I was sort of different than most buyers today. Like a lot of people, you have to tell them what to do, and you have to whatever. I actually almost did the decorator's job. It was like I created the character, I created the character, I created the background, I gave them a life, and blah blah blah. So the decorator didn't have to do anything.
Right.
So a smart decorator loved me. Some decorators were intimidated by me.
Yeah.
So there were people, and I say that because there were lots of vendors. There were no prop houses then. And I would have to either talk to a vendor, try to flip them into becoming a prop house, or paying them for their services just outright. Like they make something for me and then I just pay them, as opposed to renting and develop a relationship.
Gotcha.
But I would try to show people that they could do this to make a living. I mean, Caps was owned by Bob Meek. Bob Meek I met out at Scott's Antique. I'm the one that got him started in a prop house.
Right.
And
that's
and
dope.
he ended up selling it to Bob Lucas, who I worked on Halloween with. He was a lead man when I worked with him in, I don't know, 2007 or something like that. So, like, and then there's a few other vendors that are vendors today because of me. But I say again, I'm going back, but there are several black vendors that I worked with, and they all was like, I want to join the union, I want to join the union, I want to join the union. And I told every last one of them, no, you don't. You want to be a boss. You don't want to be like me and work for someone else. You have a product, a service, use that. You'll make more money and blah, 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 blah. So that's what I would tell someone, and I tell it all the time. But there are about 4 that I know of because they always contact me like a couple times a year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But they took my advice. And instead of joining the union and working, they now sell to the shows or service the shows. And even when I would go and speak at panels like at SCAD and Pain and whatever, I say the same thing all the time. Don't join the union. Don't be a worker. Develop your own content. There's too many outlets out here today where you have to work for someone. So don't be me. Be better than me. And be a boss, and then help somebody, teach somebody. Do not join the union. Be your own boss.
Be your own boss.
And you can do it, seriously. It's so easy now. Especially, like I said, it's all these outlets. And, I mean, you can't even, there's so many shows out right now. I can't even tell what to watch, where to watch it, and how to watch it. That's why I'm planning on doing a network. It's like, man, forget all of this. I'm not even trying to do this. I want to do my own network. I mean, if you look at... my kids turned me on to this. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's pretty sad, but I'll tell you, it's like that thing that you don't tell people you watch, but you watch. So Zeus Network.
Never heard of it.
Right. And now that's TV.
Okay.
So Zeus Network is owned by this young black guy in his 30s. Now, he did grow up in the industry only such that his parents are pastors and over huge churches. So he did the audio, the visual, the whatever. So he has that background. he, being the heathen that he is, went out and started a network that's totally against church. Oh my God. So Zeus Network has, and I am not advocating or trying to shout out for these mugs for real, but Jocelyn Hernandez, what's her name? Natalie from Bad Girls or whatever, from Bad Girls. And and then a couple others. But the dude from Zeus, young dude, went to each of them and said, hey, you know, you were on Love and Hip Hop, you were on blah, blah, blah. Don't you want to own something? Do something of your own, blah, blah, blah. Of course, they ain't doing nothing. They wanted in on all of that. So he gave them an outlet to do their own show on this network, but he was very smart because he used their past following to build his network. Now it's trash TV. I ain't gonna lie, it's trash. All it is a bunch of Negroes fighting. Now they be guffing. It's like this shit real though. I mean, I'm watching shoot. I be fast forward. I want to see the fight. Oh guffing. I'm talking about this. It's so embarrassing. But it's a shame because we have our younger kids growing up watching this bullshit. So. And then Now That's TV is a extension of Zeus TV, the exact same thing, just the trashy. Oh my God! And they're all on like, what do they call that? Only You. What's that something page?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. So they're all hoes and whatever. And they crowd. They crowd though. Wow. They crowd. And oh my God. It's but oh my God. But they coming up. They coming. Oh no. They got because they got a following and then they get in that doggone that money from hosting and doing all sorts of things and blah blah blah. Sponsors. So, but here's the thing: each of them are $4.99 monthly subscription, and Zeus has already surpassed 5 million subscribers. Wow. And all he got is trash. Wow. So I would like to do a network. I've been talking about this way before this. It's just giving me motivation that hell, if they can do it, damn it, what the hell am I waiting for? I should have done it a long time ago. Right. I've done the research, done the numbers. What's wrong with me? It's hard when you don't have a team, though. I'm team one. Every damn thing I do is always just me trying to get through it. And I tell you the God's honest truth, it's so hard. You got people, everybody talking about, I want to do this. And then when you call them on it, it's like, So here I am, team one. I'm just going to do something. I'm going to take out a loan. I'm just going to do the damn thing. Yeah. But you want me to shut up and stop? No. Well, what does this mean? What does this mean?
We coming to a wrap.
Is that what that means? Yeah. Oh, well, let me chill. Let's stop. I'm done.
You awesome.
Because I'm like the second time he did it. What the fuck is that? You didn't go over it.
Some noise from this Daphne, man. She's the realest.
I love you though. I love you. But yeah, I'm just telling you that Zeus shit, y'all. Oh my God, them girls be. Oh Lord, it's so ghetto. But I'm gonna tell you, I be watching that shit like, whoa. Oh damn, no she didn't. Whoa, fast forward. Oh, damn. I mean, it's so crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna do a network.
Yes,
but
we need that.
I keep on saying it's not gonna be trashy. Like I don't want that. I want things that I feel good about. That I want young girls. I want to do like classes like how to grow your money, how to do this, how to invest. Like we ought to do like the Jews teach their kids from 3 years old, the little 5 bottle system. 10% for this. Every dollar you get, this how you break it down.
Yeah.
When they graduate college, they go out and buy a house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we can do like the damn Mexicans and the Asians.
Yeah.
We live 20 in the house till we come up and I can go buy a house. Like, black folks got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Like, we got to do something.
So y'all hear that? We gotta do
I
something.
thought we
So we do. Yeah, we do. I just wanted to let you finish with that. But we wrapping up. Before I wrap up, though, I want to ask everybody: do y'all got something coming out? Y'all got a project? Lisa, you got a show coming up.
I do. I have a show.
About that
Yes.
show before we...
Yes. So I have a show Thursday on May 4th.
May 4th, where is that?
It's gonna be at the 529 East Island Village.
529.
So it's,
May 4th, Gaio.
So it's John Robinson.
Yes.
JR. J Live.
J Live. Oh yes.
Elon Musk.
Okay.
All right.
Star.
Yes, Stars rocking.
And myself and Doug Boogie will be the DJs, and Fort Knox will be hosting.
Yeah, it's gonna be phenomenal.
Fort Knox.
Yes.
Heavy.
So yeah.
Heavy.
Chef.
Heavy.
Chef.
Yay.
What you got going on?
Somebody deposited, somebody paid. Make sure the food's there on time. So wherever you are, thank you. I know we're doing the Hammond House this week. I know they have an art exhibit over there. So by all means, please get over there.
Okay.
And May is good. We got some great work coming up with NBAF and One Music Fest. Not going to talk about that one too much, but it's like full circle. You know, I used to volunteer for NBAF and I paid for all my One Music Festival tickets, and here they are. They come back to you and they call you. So it's a testament in the city. You do your work and you keep putting out a good work, they'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to track it down because we don't promote nor market because we cooking.
That's it in itself. What about you, Devon?
I have a show coming up at Apache. We do a monthly event that puts other artists on. So that's starting.
When is that? That starts next
we had
month?
one March 23rd. So the next one's going to be May 24th.
May 24th. Okay. At Apache.
Yeah, at Apache. Also rocking a Malcolm X Festival.
Oh yes.
So get on that. Yeah. And then also, I also own a construction business, so that's like how I pay my bills because music is not doing it yet, yet. But it's an affirmation.
How is that?
It's amazing. But I'm going to be putting on an event for young Black women and men to help them start their own business as well.
That's
you know
what
what I'm saying? And
we're gonna look forward to that.
Yeah, and I'll post that because we need to get our young people, as all of us been saying, out there and activate it. You know what I mean, so that they can create their own dollars. Absolutely.
Miss Daphne.
I'm not working. Well, I'll tell you what my plan is. I'm not working on a show, but when I said I keep reinventing myself, so during COVID I worked somewhat, but not as much as I wanted. And then where I worked, I felt like I had regressed. And so I signed up for school, and I'm planning on getting my master's in creative writing.
Wow.
I started in June.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I decided to stop working. I'm not going to be making money because I'm signing up for school, which is scary as I don't know what. But
I wouldn't say that.
It's
I
beautiful.
wouldn't say that.
oh, it's scary.
It's not saying that you won't be making money though.
Right.
Well,
There's that
Out
too.
there. You don't put that out there.
I
There's
know,
that.
That
but
has no
There's
reason
that.
for you to put that out there.
I know, but
Okay, so
these
you're gonna make money
shows-
and write your book.
Right. Put it out there.
Boom. Let's
Put it
claim
out
all
there.
that. Let's claim all that.
Daphne coming with a book too. Y'all better watch out for that. So yeah, this is a wrap right now. I want to thank y'all for this second episode of the Elly Show. We had a great cast. We got an awesome crew back there. I just want to big y'all up. And until next time, we out. Hey. Yeah, yo. Oh, thank you.
Super dope energy.
I'm so proud of you.
Absolutely.
Next part, right? All right.
They're revolutionaries, you know? You just see myself as a revolutionary who don't have no help and not take no bribe from no one to fight it single-handed with music.
Divine Wizz. Your magic is real. Check it. Yeah. Your magic is real. Yeah. Yo.
Hey yo, your MC stretch your truth like womb tissue. Never assume the issue. Contemplate, born in thought, blast off like new missiles. Lyricism embedded in synapses and knee gristle. You always miss the shot like an old rusty broken pistol. My lyrical 9 caliber delivers with accuracy. Sharp shooter, the buckshot spread through your muscles just like hot rumors throughout your nasal cavity. To down your anatomy, to shut down your faculties, your endocrine system. Time of death right now. The cause of death, divine wisdom. Dust off chalk from your outline. Got big talk, get outshine. As if you were 100 watts. I'm the hot African sun. You had to work a whole shift while you standing outside. Bitch, please. You ain't fucking with these degrees. Through the knowledge, understand my wisdom and suck on these D's. 36s. Your stones and sticks can't fuck with my steeds. Verbal 45 stay loaded, so please don't make me squeeze. Trigger finger, bell ringer, spirit whisper. Listen to the words that cascade into your my dimension. Lyrically on the microphone like this, so pay attention. I'm on that Elly Show, yo, every day, and I will mention when I come through with that freestyle, you ain't ready, yo. I'm on the mic again, yo, just like that. I got that steady flow. Divine is on the mic, and yo, my magic is real. All up in your space again, so now you know you're gonna feel the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. And yo, that wisdom, the knowledge, and that understanding. I got that wisdom, the knowledge, and that understanding. I got that wisdom, the knowledge, and that understanding. And yo, it's real. My knowledge is real. Yo, my magic is real. Yo, my magic is real. And yo, my magic is real. My magic is real. Yo, my magic is real. Yo, my magic is real. And yo, my magic is real. It's real. It's real. It's real. And yo, my magic is real. Yeah. Divine Wizz. We got the Elly Show. Yeah, 1 2 1 2, y'all. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah.